Hey everybody, welcome to another live episode of Sewing Report Live. I'm Jen, host of the Sewing Report. We have quite the show tonight. There is a lot to get through. I've got like a bazillion tabs open on my computer. Welcome if this is your first time here. Every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern, we go over what's going on in the world of sewing. We have fun. We also touch on serious topics. We'll be doing a bit of both tonight. And before we get started, just a few quick housekeeping rules. I greatly appreciate everyone who participates in the live chat, or if you're watching on the replay, in the comments. I do ask that you be kind and respectful to myself and to everyone else here. No self-promotion, no links, and no politics. And I do have to give a shout out to tonight's live stream sponsor, the Sewing Report Etsy shop. This is one way you can support the mission here of independent media. I have sewing supplies, fabric, and a few handmade items as well. We are running a bit of a sale on some of the fabric bundles, and I just got some new items in, including the Wonder Grip and Thimble 2-in-1 tool. I demoed this on the main Sewing Report channel, and it is an item that I'm liking so far, so I think that's pretty cool. We've got a couple more of the Refresh Fat Quarter bundles. You guys have been keeping me busy this weekend packing orders. I do everything. This is a solo operation, guys. I package all of the orders. I handle all of the fulfillment. I order more inventory. So this is a project I have been doing for quite a while here. So I hope everyone's having a great weekend so far. Also, we've got the we do have the multicam going on. We got camera 2, the overhead camera, and you can see I've got my Wonder Grip and Thimble right here. So I've got one. I have one left. I literally have one left. You guys have been buying the heck out of this particular item, so I am going to be ordering more inventory, and that should be coming in fairly soon. So that's always a fun time. So that's what we've got going on tonight. Yes. So we're going to be getting into JOANN fabrics. I've also got a few fun stories as well. All right, let me get this music turned off here. All right, so the JOANN's news has been somewhat quiet the past couple weeks until the end of this past week. So a judge has approved JOANN's bankruptcy plan, so that's what we are going to be getting into. All right, so JOANN put out a press release, so we will be taking a look at that right now here. All right, so let me scroll up here. Okay, so this is the press release put out by JOANN's, and we'll also be going over a couple articles. So it says, JOANN receives court approval for prepackaged financial recapitalization plan. Doesn't that sound very corporate? Expects to emerge from court-supervised process in the coming days with the lowest level of debt in more than a decade. I guess they're trying to make a positive spin on that. So it says JOANN Inc., the nation's category leader in sewing and fabrics with one of the largest arts and crafts offerings, announced that the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the District of Delaware has confirmed the company's prepackaged joint plan of reorganization. JOANN expects to successfully complete its financial restructuring and emerge from the court-supervised process in the coming days. So it says the company's more than 800 store locations remain open, and JOANN.com continues to offer supplies for any creative need. And the company was able to preserve the jobs of its more than 1,800 team members in connection with this process. Now, I've been covering what's been going on with JOANN and the company turmoil for several months. If you want to check out some of the previous shows, we've done deep dives on the former CEO, Wade Miquelon, who had a bit of an interesting past, and we went over a lot of just the struggles JOANN has had. They also had a bunch of layoffs last year, so even though they're saying, yeah, we saved all these people's jobs, last year they laid a bunch of longtime employees off and demoted people, and from what I hear on the employee subreddit, the status of the store has been better. Okay. So, all right, it says, as reiterated through the expedited, Chris DiTullio, Chief Customer Officer and co-lead of the interim office of the CEO, said, we are pleased to have reached this significant milestone less than 40 days after initiating our court-supervised process. We could not have reached this point without the unwavering dedication of our team members, the continued support of our industry partners and landlords, and the tremendous loyalty and enthusiasm of our customers. Are you guys excited? JOANN will move forward with a strengthened financial foundation, allowing us to invest in customer experience enhancements, our best-in-class product assortments, and our more than 18,000 team members nationwide. Scott Sekula, JOANN's Chief Financial Officer and co-lead of the interim office of the CEO, added, we are grateful to our financial and industry stakeholders whose support enabled us to continue operating smoothly and move through this process on an expedited basis. Their investment not only provides us with additional financial resources, but also reflects their confidence in our team members and in our business to seize on the opportunities ahead. With a strengthened balance sheet and an improved liquidity, we are better positioned to work collaboratively with our vendors. Oh, and we're gonna talk about that. Business partners and landlords, and ultimately to inspire the creativity in our customers that helps them find their happy place. Now, have y'all been to a JOANN lately? I want to know about your store experience and if you found JOANN to be your happy place. Is this something that you enjoyed? So let me know. Let me know in the chat what your last JOANN experience was like. All right, in connection with emergence, JOANN will be a private company owned by certain of the company's financial stakeholders and industry parties. All right, so JOANN filed for bankruptcy, like a couple months ago. So basically, they came to bankruptcy court with a prepackaged plan. A judge has approved it. So they will be, I guess, restructuring and trying to pay back. They owe a lot of people money, like a lot. Yeah, they owe a ton of people money. So we're going to be taking a look at that. All right, so the next thing I want to bring up is an article from Retail Dive. So they cover, obviously, the retail industry. All right, let's take a look at this. JOANN to exit bankruptcy in the coming days as reorganization plan gets court okay. The craft retailer expects to cut $505 million in debt and emerge from bankruptcy as a privately held company. Oh, by the way, links to all of these resources and everything I'm referencing are below in the description box if you want to check out all of these sources for yourself. All right, so it says, dive brief. JOANN expects to emerge from bankruptcy in the coming days. Okay, under the plan approved by U.S. Bankruptcy Court Judge Craig Goldblatt in Delaware, JOANN's creditors agreed to cancel nearly $505 million of the company's nearly $1.1 billion in long-term debt. They have over $1 billion in debt. Wow. After filing for Chapter 11 on March 18th, JOANN says it kept all of its 850 stores open and retained the jobs of its more than 18,000 employees during bankruptcy with a $132 million commitment from its financial stakeholders. So dive insight. JOANN's bankruptcy exit plan will allow the company to emerge from Chapter 11 with a significantly deleveraged capital structure and to obtain long-term liquidity without affecting the business's unsecured creditors, Chief Financial Officer Scott Sekula said in court documents. The company cut jobs and sought to cut $225 million in supply chain, product, and corporate costs last year. It also did a sale-leaseback of its Ohio corporate headquarters and restructured its field and corporate operations, but ultimately those actions weren't enough to avoid bankruptcy. Sekula, who is also serving as co-lead of the company's interim office of the CEO with Chief Customer Officer Chris DiTullio, noted that 100% of the company's creditors supported the restructuring. I mean, that makes sense. They would rather get some money than no money, right? Oh boy. Okay. So we read that earlier. Okay, founded about 80 years ago, 96% of JOANN's retail stores were profitable when it filed for bankruptcy. Interest in the company's primary merchandise offering of crafting, sewing, and fabric offerings surged during the pandemic's height, but as inflation rose and consumer discretionary spending sank in recent years, the company's long-term debt load swelled to an unsustainable level, while its liquidity declined. The retailer generated about $2.2 billion in net sales for the fiscal year 2023. However, in a blog post published shortly after JOANN's Chapter 11 filing, analytics company Placer.ai said its data indicates that the retailer is a strong contender for a post-bankruptcy comeback based on positive year-over-year foot traffic trends. All right, interesting. The unique nature of JOANN's products give the company's brick-and-mortar stores an advantage over digital counterparts. Crafters like to get a feel for the material before purchasing, and amateur DIYers who visit physical stores can consult with expert salespeople to receive guidance for ongoing projects. Do you agree with this? What do you think? Is this something that you, is this something you agree with? Although JOANN's foot traffic has declined since the height of the pandemic, Placer.ai said 2023's year-over-year visit growth indicates the brand still serves sewers and knitters who want to shop in person. JOANN's main rival, Michaels, has been making moves own, which we've been talking about, while JOANN is in court. The retailer, maybe they've been watching Sewing Report Live, I don't know. The retailer announced earlier this month that it lowered prices on over 5,000 products across categories. In March, Michaels also said it planned to expand the assortment and distribution of fabric it'll offer in stores, one of JOANN's key officers. S&P Global Ratings recently upgraded Michaels' credit rating to B- from CCC+, citing improvements to the company's operating margin and cash generation. With a strengthened balance sheet and improved liquidity, we are better positioned to work collaboratively with our vendors. Okay, we read that already. So, all right, so JOANN's is emerging from the bankruptcy. They're getting $505 million canceled out. Must be nice. Can someone cancel my mortgage or, all of, what's on my credit cards? I don't know. It just must be nice for a corporation to be able to do that. I'm just like, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. All right, so we're also going to take a look at another article from Reuters. Again, we'll look at this very quickly because it has a lot of the same information. All right, let's get rid of some of I'm going to try to get rid of some of my tabs as I am going through this. All right. So this is just a Reuters article. It says craft retailer JOANN approved to exit bankruptcy / $505 million in debt. All right. Yeah, this is pretty much the same info. Okay, JOANN creditors who agreed to cancel about half of the company's debt and take ownership of the company's post-bankruptcy equity unanimously voted for the restructuring. You've all made this very easy for me, Goldblatt said during the hearing. That's the judge. I appreciate that this degree of consensus, especially in a case with stakes this high, isn't forged by accident, but this is a result of good and hard work. All right, fun times here. All right, JOANN could emerge from bankruptcy by April 30th, according to its court filings. JOANN blamed its bankruptcy on increased competition from online craft supply sales, rising freight costs, and a slump in sales after the end of the COVID-19 pandemic, which temporarily boosted demand for at-home crafting supplies, fabric, and mask-related supplies. Do you agree with this? Do you think the pandemic is the reason behind the bankruptcy? Yeah, I don't know about that one. That seems to be a little bit of a stretch to me. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. And here is another article from CoStar. Crafts retailer JOANN set to exit bankruptcy without closing stores. All right. Improved balance sheet roster of more than 800 stores remaining open. All right, so it says, okay. The retailer expects to complete its financial restructuring and exit from the court-supervised process in the coming days. It said it will end up with the lowest level of debt in more than a decade. There have been a handful of retail bankruptcies this year, and some have entailed store closings. Discounter 99 cents only store said it was shutting all 371 of its stores and then filed for Chapter 11. But when JOANN sought bankruptcy protection in March, it vowed not to close stores. JOANN saw a lift in business during the pandemic when homebound Americans took up crafts and had extra money to spend from COVID-19 stimulus payments. But things took a turn for the worse when people did less sewing and crafting and spent their stimulus money. E-commerce and rivals such as Hobby Lobby are also creating a tougher environment for JOANN. All right, the company plans to leave Chapter 11, owned by several of its creditors and industry parties. And also, just a reminder, JOANN stock was delisted from the NASDAQ. It was at like 20 cents, 15 cents, and it's gone now. So you can no longer trade JOANN stock. All right, so it got $132 million in new financing / $1.06 billion in debt by about $505 million. So it will now have $555 million. Again, it's interesting that a corporation is getting to skip out on half of its debt. Us little people, do we get the same courtesy? Not really. Yeah, not really. I don't know. Guys. I'm just like, yeah. And here's the website. If you want to get the latest from JOANN directly, you can go to joannforward.com, where you can see all of their PR spin on the bankruptcy. I mean, it's got like press releases, customer frequently asked questions, if you're their landlord, they got a fact sheet, media inquiries, case information, and the JOANN website. All right, so I want to show you guys something because I was looking at the case information, and you can see all of the creditors. So JOANN has right now over 200 creditors, and I was taking a look at the list, and I found it kind of interesting. All right, so they've got some individuals, they've got power companies, they've got lots of county, like they've lots of local governments, I noticed, like Alabama Power Company, Allen County Treasurer, I'm going to butcher some of these, Arapahoe County Treasurer, Arkansas Department of Finance and Administration, construction companies, random, like you can tell some of them are vendors, like this, Authentic Knitting Board, probably maybe a vendor, or maybe like they were doing advertising with them. I don't know. Art Skills Inc. That sounds like a vendor. Bearing Distributors. This is a utility company. Bear County, Blue Jay Solutions. Broward County, that's in Florida. Calvert County, Maryland. Buzzy Inc. So you can see a lot of their vendors are local municipalities, state municipalities, vendors. There were some funny ones too. Okay, lots of cities here. And I imagine this is probably for like, it could be like taxes or like, licensing fees, like all of the regulations they've got to go through. The tax collector you got there. CPS Energy, bankruptcy section, Craftland, Crayon software experts. So you can see all of the creditors, and they have a lot. Deco Art. Lots counties, like they have a lot. Google, probably, I imagine Google's probably for advertising. That's what I think. They owe Google $1.2 million. $1.2 million to Google. I imagine that's probably for like YouTube or Google ads. I imagine that they owe money to the Girl Scouts. Girl Scouts of the USA, $25,000. Wow. Hillsborough County, that's in my neck of the woods. They owe tens of thousands of dollars. Houston Independent School District? Don't know. Curious about that. More that you have vendors, more counties. Lone Star College System. I mean, they owe money to hundreds and hundreds of different entities here. They owe money to NASDAQ, 65 $1,000. Ohio Department of Taxation, Osceola County Tax Collector, PA Department of Revenue, Pepco, Plano. What's with the school districts? Like, were they like, I don't know, were they advertised? I have no idea why. I'm curious about the school districts. Randstad Regional Water Authority. Again, lots of different states and counties and local municipalities. This one's funny. They owe almost $400,000 to TikTok. I imagine that was also an ad spend. I think that's funny. Almost $400,000 JOANN owns to TikTok. Hey, maybe if TikTok gets banned, maybe they'll kind of write that off. I don't know. All right, let's see page 2 here. Not too much on page 2. All right, so now you've got Ukaida. I think, isn't that the company that sells, like, they sell, like, supplies and stuff? Washington Department of Revenue, West Virginia State Tax Department, Zebra Pen. So you basically have vendors, governments, local entities, debtor name, Creative Bug. Okay, interesting. And TikTok, $400,000 to TikTok. I was just like, wow. So yeah, this is a list of all of the creditors that JOANN, let's see, okay, is this $10 million? Okay, so they owe $20 million to someone named Sharon Alvarez from JOANN Inc. and then JOANN Stores LLC. I'm really curious, like, why do they owe Sharon $20 million bucks? $1.8 million to Bradford Capital Holdings. Oh, is assignee for Robert Kaufman, the fabric. Okay, so they owe Robert Kaufman Fabrics Company $1.8 million. That's kind of a lot of money. I just want to know who Sharon Alvarez is. I'm very curious about that. But the TikTok $400,000 thing was kind of funny. All right, they owe $1 million to $1.1 million to Cran Software Experts. They owe a lot of people a lot of money here. Wow. I mean, the $1.2 million to Google. So they owe $1.2 million to Google, and they owe almost $400,000 to TikTok, which apparently might be banned. So this has been kind of a wild week, I guess, for JOANN. Another thing I did notice, I saw some employees on the subreddit talking about one of the executives exiting the company, and that does appear to be true. Okay. So I took some screenshots. So right after I saw that news, I was like, all right, are they going to take this guy off of the management team page? And they did. Okay, so this was the JOANN management page, like the day I found this out. So it was like the middle of the week. So you can see 8 executives on the management team. You got Chris DiTullio and Scott Sekala. These guys are basically the interim CEOs right now. You've got Robert Will, Ann Aber, Joe Thibault, Lisa Whitman-Smith, John Stelcup, and Dennis Sheldon. All right, so you got 8 people here. 8 people here. But then I noticed something kind of interesting. All right, so there were 8 people earlier in the week. But then when I checked yesterday and currently, check it out, guys. There is 1 person missing. They're down to 7. And Joe Thibault is gone. So Joe Thibault appears to have either, again, I don't know if he resigned or if maybe he was pushed out. We don't know. But so some of the executives got retention bonuses for staying with the company for at least 6 months through the bankruptcy process. Joe Thibault was not one of those executives. So I'm thinking, he might have been looking for another gig. I don't know. But Joe did not get the retention bonus. So he didn't really have a financial incentive to stick around. So I don't know if him leaving was voluntary or if, it was involuntary. But Joe is no longer on the website. So Joe appears to be gone. So we got another executive. Wade Miquelon retired last year. And now you've got Joe Thibault, who appears to be gone as well. All right, so who is Joe? So here's Joe. So Joe was and again, I took this screenshot before Joanne wiped it. So now if you try to go to the same link, he's not there anymore and the page is gone. So it does appear Joe is gone. He was the Senior Vice President, Store Operations. An experienced retail leader, Joe Thibault was promoted to Senior Vice President, Store Operations in November 2021 after more than 19 years with the company. He has served in various leadership roles both in the field and at corporate headquarters, giving him a deep understanding of the business, industry, and customers. In his current role, Joe oversees all field operations, including more than 850 stores and 22,000 field team members nationwide. I guess they didn't update that yet because I guess it's because now it's more like 18,000. This includes responsibility for JOANN's omni-channel fulfillment options, including buy online, pickup in store, ship from store, and curbside pickup. He also leads a corporate team that is focused on store support, including field communications, customer feedback, and merchandise planning. So I don't know where Joe is going. I'm going to kind of set up a Google alert to see if we can figure out where he's going. What's going on with Joe? But Joe does appear to be gone from JOANN's. They have not put out any press releases or anything like that. Also, I don't know who's going to be stepping into this role to do Joe's duties now that he's gone. I don't know. But yes, another JOANN's executive does appear to have exited the company. Not really sure why, but Joe, peace out. Peace out, Joe. So, yeah, it's been quite a week for JOANN's. And yeah, so that is the latest. The JOANN's bankruptcy plan has been approved by the court judge, and one of their executives has left the company. All right, let's take a look at some of the comments here. All right, wow, we've got quite a few comments here. All right, so, all right. JOANN's might have the largest sewing and fabric selection, but I would say that Michael's has the largest arts and crafts offering based on my recent visit to both stores locally. Yeah, I'm very curious to see what Michael's is doing in the wake of all of this stuff. This could be an opportunity for other chains or even other independent fabric craft stores to maybe step in and do what they're like not doing, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So we will see. We will see. All right. So, but thank you all for the comments. All right, we got Rachel. My closest JOANN turned off their online inventory a while ago. So no buy online pickup option. The fabric section looks like a war zone most of the time. I've seen some people posting some pretty crazy looking store situations in the subreddit. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's one of the reasons why Joe is not here. Again, I'm just speculating here, but the state of the stores seems to be kind of hit or miss. JOANN needs to refocus on sewing items and not all of the other miscellaneous items. Fabric selection stinks lately. I mean, hey, a lot of people seem to echo that same sentiment, so you're not alone there. All right, my latest trip to JOANN's was so-so, had boxes everywhere as usual, and messy. My trip to Michael's was much more enjoyable, no boxes and aisles. They have some fabric and cutting station. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I need to get over, one of these days, I'm going to get back over to JOANN's and Michael's to check out the latest state of things, because it sounds like Michael's is doing some, also Michael's got the self-checkout stations, so I'm kind of curious about that. Since the vendors are not collecting all monies owed for product, I am not curious to see... I'm curious to see if they will continue to sell to JOANN at credit or if they will just be done with them. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this means that some of the vendors don't want to sell to... I mean, if they don't think they're going to get their money, would you want to sell items to that company? Probably not, you know? Okay, got a lot of people saying, okay, you don't agree that JOANN's is your happy place? Okay. All right, here we go. No experts at JOANN, as far as I can tell, could be wrong. All right, most stores have about 3 people on the floor, not counting those trapped behind the cutting counter. Who is doing the consulting? Oh boy, oh boy. Tried to order Sergio thread online, stated in stock. Order was canceled due to being out of stock. Yeah, I'm hearing that from a lot of you, that your orders are not being fulfilled, or like if they are, it's like you're not getting all of your items, or they're coming in different shipments and it's kind of a mess. So yeah, it does seem like they're experiencing some logistical issues for sure. Their decrease in sales is due to lack of apparel fabrics and notions. Not all sewers are cotton quilters and fleece tears. Okay. I hear you, Jennifer. I hear you. It's been long enough now that effects of the pandemic can't be blamed. They just let the stores go and tried to be too many things. I know, like, it's been 4 years since COVID started. Like, that's kind of a long time. Kind of a long time. All right, unfortunately, it's really difficult hiring people with any real knowledge about sewing and crafting, and it's entirely possible that inflation has limited foot traffic. Yeah, I can see that, and I mean, grocery shopping for me personally has gotten a lot more expensive. My husband and I, it's just the two of us. We share a car. We're fairly, budget-minded with groceries and stuff. And we used to be able to comfortably buy like whatever we wanted from the grocery store for about $450 a month. And that also includes like alcohol and some other stuff. And now it's getting really hard to stay under that budget. Like we used to, I used to be at like around $400, a little bit under that. And now it's getting tough to even stick to $450 just because prices of certain items have gone up a lot. Like quite a lot. One item in particular, my husband buys red refried beans from like a Mexican grocery store, and a packet of he gets like these large packets. It's like 24 ounces or something like that. They used to be like $3 and now they're $7. Like refried beans are now the same price as meat, which is crazy. So, that's just one example, but there's plenty of others like heavy cream, eggs, other staples. Meat prices have definitely gone up quite a bit. And people have less money for stuff. Okay. To hire people with knowledge, they'll need to pay more than minimum wage. Yeah. All right, most of the fabric at my local JOANN is apparel and decor fabric. Half the store is notions. A quarter is home decor and miscellaneous stuff. Okay. The apparel fabrics they have mostly don't move. Too much polyester, poor color pattern selection, bad organization. They'd sell more apparel with better choices. Yeah, some of the apparel fabric does seem pretty taste specific. They need to scale down on all the home decor stuff. How many seasonal decorations does one need? Lisa, I agree. Again, I don't have a huge house. I don't have a ton of storage. For me personally, buying all this seasonal decor doesn't make a lot of sense. I really don't buy that stuff hardly ever. All right. You're right. Unfortunately, seasonal offerings have been driving their merchandise. It seems like they've allowed seasonal to take over the front of the store. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot we could criticize about JOANN, To be fair, though, I think a lot of other retailers also have some problems, too. I always feel like I'm the only customer in the store. They should cut the square footage and get rid of the dollar store stuff junk, including some of those overpaid corporate staff. All right, thank you, Denise. Thank you. Yeah, okay, so a lot of you guys think the inventory could be better. Yeah, that seems to be the general consensus among many of you watching right now. Wow, Joelle! Mine is dirty and seasonal junk, all ugly poly fabric unless it is quilting fabric. All right, you are not... Shots fired from Joelle. All right, JOANN's, you're going to need some aloe for that burn there. Yep. All All right, it's as much small interior designers coming in. It's easy for the clients to come in and actually see the fabrics. Ooh, Lisa! More shots fired from Lisa. I think in the end, JOANN will go out of business like Hancock did. They owe way too much money. All right, so some of you guys do not think JOANN is gonna... You know, I'm gonna do a poll. All right, guys, we're gonna do a poll in the chat here. All right, let's get this party started here. Let's get this party started. All right, we're going to get a poll going on here. All right, I got to get this. How do I do a poll? Okay. All right, start poll. All right, we're going to do, will JOANN recover from bankruptcy? Okay, yes, no. All right, let's start poll. And I made it very binary, so there's only yes or no. So no, like, I don't know or not sure. All right, guys, let's vote here. Do you think JOANN will recover from bankruptcy? All right, we'll see. All right, we'll let you guys vote for a while, and then we'll do the results here. Wow, lots of comments here. Okay, that's weird. They said the stores were doing well, and that could have been Joe's doing. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if they had at least one executive that had sewing and crafting experience. I mean, it couldn't hurt. It really couldn't hurt. When Michaels bought that fabric store a while ago, they couldn't sell the fabric in store, online only. Huh, interesting. All right, here's some info from Denise. The clerk at JOANN said they are unable to tell if they will and or when they will be getting items in stock. This system needs to be updated if JOANN wants to stay in business. Yeah. If they were letting senior employees go, that's a huge brain drain. And they've already done that. That's the thing. All of the, like, long-time employees with a lot of seniority and a lot of experience, a lot of them have left because of the layoffs and the fact that if they stayed, they were going to get demoted and get a pay cut. So a lot of people don't really want that, you know? So, yeah, who knows? Who knows? Yeah, there are some transportation issues. And even during COVID, there were definitely some supply chain issues. Okay, oh yeah, Ray. Yeah, you know, that is a problem too, especially with a lot of, you know, now my mom is actually pretty good about this, but there are a lot of, you know, people who tend to collect a lot of that type of stuff. You know, and then it's overwhelming. And there are people who have a problem with hoarding, which is not good, obviously. The show Hoarders, man, is like, if you watch it, you're like, it makes you want to go and immediately clean your house and get rid of a bunch of stuff. Because you don't want to end up like the people on the show. Because you're like, not me. And I've even struggled. Honestly, I probably need to de-stash some fabric. So that's, yeah. Because that's something a lot of us struggle with is, yeah, it is just that, you know. I mean, it's a problem. All right, great point, Jen. What suppliers will want to sell to JOANN with that balance sheet? You would be a fool to sell to them. You know, it's like, it's like giving someone a credit card if they've got a credit score of like 300, you know? I mean, you got to look at someone's track record, and clearly the private, like JOANN's, and I've gone into this in past live streams, but JOANN's is still basically controlled by a private equity group, even though it was publicly traded. The private equity group, Leonard Green and Partner, owned like 67% of all of the stock, and they were basically running the show. And clearly, they just let a lot of the debt pile up, and they extracted a lot of cash from the company. Some corporate is running for a reason. We should pay attention to that. Okay. You know, and this is another good point from Denise. I don't really decorate for holidays, but it's hard not to buy stuff when it's 70 to 80% off. I think we've all fallen for that too. Even though, let's be real, JOANN's, everything at JOANN's is like perpetually 50% off or more. Like, hardly anything at JOANN is actually full price. And I think that's one way they get you is by giving you this illusion that you're getting a deal when you're really not. And if you look at the regular prices of the items, they're like crazy. Like, okay, so I'm selling this item right now in the shop. This is the Wonder Grip and Thimble. I'm selling this for $11. JOANN would make this like $17.99 and then make it 50%. You know what I mean? Like 50% off when that's not like the real price. And that's something that a lot of stores do, you know. In fact, y'all might not know this, but I worked at the Home Shopping Network for 5 months. I absolutely hated it. And that was like something HSN did, was like they would give you this, like, the pricing was like really whack at HSN. And just to give you an example of how overpriced the stuff is on HSN, we had this employee store that we could buy like samples and like just random stuff. Like, I don't even know where they got the inventory. Some of it was samples and then some of it was like, I don't even know. But the employees could purchase all of this like random merch for like 90% off. And it was all like very high margin, cheap stuff. You know, I did buy some, like they would have like that. I think I got I got like an air purifier there or something. Like I'd gotten some makeup there, like I got sheets there and stuff like that. But the fact that they can still sell these items to employees for 90% off and they probably still like kind of came out like breaking even, that just goes to show how overpriced those items are to begin with, that they can give you a 90% discount and probably still like, you know, consider a wash. So, all right, I'm gonna get some water real quick. All right, something that did affect their knowledge base is not bringing back their education program. They outsourced the education, no ability for team members to learn. You know, and when I was there at JOANN's, they were the people working there were very nice. They were like pretty much all Gen Z, and you know, I don't know how many of them, you know, might have any sort of crafting or sewing knowledge. I really don't know. Knitting, I have no idea. All right, I do have a local fabric shop. The sale that sells overruns by the truckload. It's where we all shop if you want anything other than quilting cotton. JOANN's is only busy when the patterns go on sale for $1.99. JOANN is selling the Glowforge for $1,100, almost $1,200. Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta check this out. That's really expensive. Holy crap. What the? Oh, and by the way, I've noticed JOANN has had some items, like, they don't appear to be selling, so they end up getting marked down a lot. Like, they have, like, I noticed they were selling, like, a Cricut heat press, and it was originally priced at, like, around $1,000, and it was on sale for, like, $749. They also had some other item that was originally like $1,000 and it was now like $500. So I do kind of wonder if those big ticket items are selling, like the Ditto pattern projector. Like, a lot of these items don't seem to be moving and they seem to be marking them down a lot in order to just get them out the door. Okay, let's take a look at the Glowforge. I'm curious about that. Okay, so I got it pulled up here. Yeah, I mean, the Glowforge seems kind of cool, but, like, it's just really, really even the really cheap one is $700. All right, that one's new, the little one. They've got a ProCraft laser printer for $1,200. They got the one for $7,000. I mean, these are not cheap items. Okay, oh, this is like the regular. I mean, these are real. Like, I've seen some people who have them. Again, yeah, this is like really, this is a very expensive item. Definitely not. And I wonder, does this have the same like really bad return policy for the machines? Because their return policy on a lot of the machines is pretty dicey. Okay, yeah, like it says sewing machines and craft tech machines require a $25 restocking fee. But yeah, like if you look at the fine print for a lot of the like anything machine, like, you can only return it if it's like still in the box. I don't know if this one has that, but you could only return it if it was still in the box, and even then you had to pay a restocking fee. So their return policy for a lot of the expensive items seems to be kind of non-customer friendly, in my opinion. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know. So what do you guys think about the JOANN bankruptcy plan? The fact that they owe like Google $1.2 million and TikTok $400,000. And it looks like the guy that was in charge of like the on the ground operations is now gone, Joe Thibault. So I mean, yeah, that's a pretty, they've had kind of a wild week, you know? Okay, so far with the poll. All right, let's take a look at the poll results. All right, so far, I asked, will JOANN recover from bankruptcy? 37% say yes, and 63% say no. So about 2/3 of you think JOANN is not going to make it. Oh my gosh, Lisa Bennett, thank you so much. Lisa has given us a $10 super sticker. Thank you very much. Thank you. Lisa's been a long time viewer of the Sewing Report. I greatly appreciate you, Lisa. And you've also been, she's ordered from the Etsy shop before. She's been awesome. She always participates in the chat. And you're here like pretty much every week. So I greatly appreciate that. And again, thank you very much. And if you would like to support Sewing Report Live, one way you can do it is by leaving a super chat or a super sticker. This is independent media, guys. It's really hard to get sponsors with the type of content I do, so that is greatly appreciated. Lisa, thank you so much. I'm going to leave this up for a little bit. I appreciate you, Lisa. Yeah, the return policy JOANN's has is a little crazy. So Lisa, thank you so much. All right, Rachel says, even if their creditors are okay with that plan, the suppliers are not going to be good with defaulted payments. Yeah, like, if you're an existing creditor, you're probably not going to want to give JOANN's more inventory on credit. Like, I'm wondering how this bankruptcy will affect JOANN's inventory throughout the stores. If they can't get stuff on credit, they're probably going to be a little bit more limited with who wants to get their product in JOANN stores if they don't think they're going to get paid. Like, because that's the problem. So they're basically wiping out half of all of their debt, which is kind of wild, you know? So, yeah. All right. Mercedes says, our good fabric store is going out of business in a month and a few days. Oh, that's sad. It's called High Fashion Fabric in Houston. And that's the thing. A lot of brick and mortar stores, again, to be fair to JOANN, brick and mortar stores are struggling. They're not the only ones. This is not the only segment of the commerce industry that's experiencing this. Other stores are also experiencing foot traffic issues, quilt shops, a lot of other types of businesses, even a lot of my husband was in the restaurant industry. Most restaurants go out of business. Most restaurants do not make it. It's having a brick and mortar business of any type is tough to begin with, let alone if you have $1 billion in debt. I mean, that's a lot of debt there. All right, so I got an email earlier in the week about Singer releasing a new but classic sewing machine, and I wanted to show it to you because I thought it was kind of interesting, but it didn't quite hit for me. I don't know. I want to show this to you because I want to see what y'all think about this new Singer sewing machine that's based on one of their classic machines. So this is the Singer HD 500 Classic Gold Sewing Machine. It's on the Singer website. It's currently on sale. And while I respect what they're trying to do and that they're trying to take some chances with this sewing machine designs, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. So Not feeling it. So it's about $350. It says combining beautiful styling and power with modern sewing features. The easy-to-use Singer Classic HD 500 sewing machine stitches smoothly through heavy and fine fabrics alike for an exceptional sewing experience. So this appears to be a mechanical sewing machine, so it's not computerized. I think it's a little bit pricey too for the features it has. Here's some photos of it. So it's got like sort of the classic, like, let's go back to nostalgia, black, gold, and red. And I actually have a vintage Singer 2012, and it has like, it's like a very beautiful black enamel finish with gold accents. And that's what this Singer HD 500 is like trying to emulate. I don't know, guys. I'm just not into this one. I'm not exactly sure why. I think it's actually because it's plastic. Like, all right. So my opinion, I think if they made this a metal machine with like a powder coated finish, and it was, I'm not like loving like the contour of it either. Like, I think it could be a little slimmer and like sleeker looking. I think if it was metal with a powder coated finish, I would like this a lot more. I don't know. Like, it's like they're trying to dress up plastic, and that just, I don't know, it doesn't work for me. Like, I like what they're trying to do, but it just doesn't hit for me. Like, it doesn't slap. I don't know. Like, would you buy this? Like, if they're gonna go plastic, I would rather they go for, like, fun colors or something maybe, like, more white, like apple or something. But I don't know. I just don't. This is just not it for me. So it says it's got a 50% stronger motor for higher piercing power on a wide variety of fabrics, automatic needle threader, automatic one-step buttonhole, adjustable stitch length and width, drop feed for free motion sewing, button sewing, and more. Metal frame. I mean, I like that it has a metal frame. I just think this would be a much more, like, eye-catching machine if this was metal and had, like, more of a powder-coated finish. I don't know. Like, do you like this, or do you... I just don't... It's not really my style. Again, I understand that sewing machines are very taste-specific. This is just not it for me. This is just not it. I don't know. It's got free shipping. I also think, like, if they made this metal, mechanical, like it was a nice durable machine and gave it the powder coated, maybe with metallic finish, and they priced it around $500, I think a lot of people actually would buy it because it would remind them of a vintage machine. This does not remind me of a vintage sewing machine. It just comes across kind of cheap looking. I don't know, Singer. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I don't love it. So, I don't know. I saw this and I was like, I don't know. It just doesn't. I'm just not loving it. Anyway, so that's my take on the new Singer HD Classic Gold Sewing Machine. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, guys. All right, let's take a look at some of the comments. All right, thank you, Lisa, and thank you so much, Lisa, for the super sticker. Gotta keep Sewing Report going. The live is so fun on Sunday afternoons in the sewing room. Thank you so much, Lisa. I greatly appreciate you being here. You've been here for quite a while. See, you were here, like, I think Lisa was probably one of the first viewers, because I used to have, like, 5 viewers in a live stream. Now I feel like more of you guys have figured out that I do this, and I think part of it was getting a consistent time, but Lisa, you've been here since, like, the very beginning, so I greatly appreciate that. All right, Joanne has been through some pretty wild things in the past, selling the company, going public, being sold to an Israeli company, getting bought by a hedge-type company, going public again, and now this. So, I mean, hey, maybe Joanne's is going to come back. Okay, and the poll results have shifted. So now, 43% of you think Joanne will recover from bankruptcy, and only 57% say no. So it's swinging more towards the yes answer. Okay, here's some opinions on the new Singer sewing machine. Nope. Okay. New old, I had one like that about 10 years ago. It looks better than the gray ones. Okay, thank you, Stephanie. I agree with that. I think it would have been a much cooler machine if it had been metal. Like metal body. And metal, like, outside. Yeah, I just don't... Yeah. Alright, so the chassis is metal, but yeah, the plastic exterior, like, it just doesn't do it for me. I don't know. It looks really bulky, but I appreciate that it's not gray. Where is the Barbie pink color version? I would love that. Please make a Barbie pink. Like, actually, you know what, Stephanie? Eversone has a really cool pink sewing machine. Let me see here. I'm trying to remember the model. But Eversone has a really pretty one. And it's not super expensive either. Okay, let's see here. I think it's the Sparrow 30. They also have a really cool, like, turquoise ones. So they've got a lot of really fun ones. Let me see here. I just want to show you guys some pictures here. Okay, alright, let's share this. So if you are looking for some fun colors, I have an Eversone. I think it's a good machine. And it's worked well. So they have one in a really fun, like, aqua color, the Eversone Sparrow 30S. Okay, this is the Eversone's... Okay, this is a Mercari listing. Actually, I kind of want one. It's hard to tell, but this is actually pink. The color is not coming through well in this photo. Let's see here. Alright, actually, let me look for another... Let me try to look for another... But the Eversone Sparrow... Oh, this one's cute, too. The Singer 9985. That's actually kind of a cool one. Okay, so this one's the Sparrow 30. And this is like a very pretty, like, blush, like, kind of rose, goldy pink. And that one's very pretty. And I actually really like how that looks. So if you are looking for that one, Eversone, I think, is making some really cool-looking machines that I actually do really like. I have an Eversone Sparrow 25. And again, I think for the price, they're solid machines. I really do think they're... And the same company that makes Eversone, like, basically the guy who's like the 3rd or 5th generation Bernina, like, heir or whatever, he was in charge of Eversone. Because I met him at QuiltCon, and he was there to sell the Eversone line. So they're actually designed by like, the Bernina people. Okay, here's more opinions on the... Okay, on the Singer machine. Plastic on the inside, a touch and sew 2024. Yeah, see, that's the thing. If the Singer had been metal, I think it would have been a really beautiful machine with, like, powder coating, like, black, a very nice black finish, and, like, gold metallic. I think that would have looked really cool, you know? Yeah, the plastic, like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not excited about plastic. Like, if it's going to be plastic, make it, like, a fun color. But for black, I would like to see, like, metal and sleekness, you know? Yeah, the profile of it is kind of weird. Yeah, I'm just not... Okay, so we got Monet Dreams. I kind of like it. It's cute. Would be a good second machine. So, and again, I understand. Sewing machines are very, like, not everyone's going to like the same thing. One person might love something, another person might dislike it, so. Yeah, I can see that as background candy in someone's IG reel. If it was about $100 less and could go through denim, well, I would get it. Yeah, I think the price seems a little bit high for it. Singer, nice try, but it's too clunky looking and can't decide what it wants to be, half modern and half retro. Lisa, that's a good way to put it. Like, it feels like they're trying to do both, but they're not accomplishing either very well. I think that's a good way to put it. All right, we got Stitcher here. I worked for 2 retailers that declared bankruptcy. They will have to pay in advance to get shipments. That makes a lot of sense. Joelle, I'm new here. I love the real sewing talk. Well, thank you, Joelle. This is very real sewing talk. Very real. Yeah, the Sparrow is super cute. Yeah, Stephanie, check out the Eversone Sparrow. they're very, like, I think the designs of the Eversewn are very, like, very chic, and they're very, like, millennial. You know, I don't know. I like them. I like all the designs. I kind of want to get another one. But I also want to maybe try out, like, a different model. I don't, like, a different manufacturer. I don't know what I'm going to do, guys. I don't know. All right. So, yeah, someone needs to color their machines like Cricut did. Lots of colors, many of them exclusive to various vendors. That's a great idea. Like, I would love to see more of that. Like, just making the sewing machines look cooler, you know? Like, a lot of the Brother machines, they just have all those, like, random number names, and then they are white with flowers on it, you know? Like, I appreciate what they tried to do with the Sketch, which I have right here. Like, I appreciate that. You know, I would love to see them play around more with the actual designs of the machine itself to make them look, like, cuter, you know? Maybe they need to do like they do with the patterns or Disney films, go in the vault and re-release the classics. Yes, Stephanie. Okay, so last week somebody here tipped me off that songstress and, like, worldwide superstar Taylor Swift might be getting into sewing. And I was like, let me try to find, like, where you're hearing that. Let me see if I can find the video. So I did manage to find a super short video of Taylor Swift posting what appears to be sewing videos. All right, so for all you Swifties out there who also sew, and maybe this is a good sign for the sewing industry, because this might encourage all of Taylor Swift's massive fan base to try sewing. If she's doing it, they love to do what Taylor does. You know, everyone's going to go out and date a football player now because Taylor is dating an NFL player. I don't know, guys. So I managed to find her post. Now, I can't play the audio because it's got copyrighted music, but I do want to share. All right, I'm going to have to, all right, I think the audio's off. So Taylor Swift posted this to her YouTube Shorts feed. All right, so this is very, like, blink and you'll miss it. So I'll play it here. All right, so it says, so here's her, all right, here's her with her cat. And it's to the tune of her song, Fortnite. All right, here's her working out. Wow, she looks amazing. All right, so here it is. Apparently she has, like, this looks like kind of an entry-level sewing machine. This looks like a Brother to me. What do you guys think? So it's like a 1-second clip of her, like, this doesn't appear to be a project. It looks like she's just, like, testing out the sewing machine. But it does look like she bought a sewing machine, or at least has access to one. So that's kind of cool. So here is the clip. Okay. So she appears to be doing decorative stitches. Also, here's her, like, fun nails. So yeah, she's doing some stitches. This looks like a Brother to me. Like, this looks like an entry-level Brother. I also do appreciate that she didn't get, like, a $20,000 sewing machine. It looks like she's got, like, a $200 machine. All right. And there she is doing some type of hand sewing. So you can see she has, like, it looks like she cut out, like, a butterfly. And she's doing some hand sewing. And now she's doing some baking. So, yeah. Oh my gosh, that cat. So it does appear that Taylor Swift, this cat, guys, I can't with the cat. This cat is hilarious. But it does appear that Taylor Swift, the, like, goddess of the world, has started to sew. So maybe that means a lot of her fans will. Let me see if I can find any articles about her sewing, because I think it's really cool. And again, we need more celebrities to sew so that it can become popular and more people do it. All right. Okay. Oh, and people are wondering what sewing machine she has and stuff. All right. I don't see any like news articles about it. Just some random social media posts. Okay. There's, like, a few articles about, like, what she's doing, but not really specifically about, like, the sewing period. Let me see if I can bring this up. I don't know if it, okay, is this going to be paywalled or not? I don't know. Everything's paywalled now. That's kind of a problem. All right, so Taylor Swift is keeping her fans and her boyfriend well fed. One day after the release of her surprise double album, The Tortured Poets Department, the singer-songwriter shared a behind-the-scenes look at her life and romance with Travis Kelce with a sweet video featuring a new single, Fortnite, featuring Post Malone. All right, so it's got her, yeah, are they even going to mention that? Okay, sewing. Literally, all we get, guys, is one word. Sewing. So, yeah, what is she making? Is she going to feature more of her sewing? And do you think that Taylor Swift, like, do you feel like if she made a bigger deal of her sewing and advertised it more, like, kind of, do you feel like this would encourage more young people to all of a sudden develop an interest in sewing? What do you think? What do you think? I mean, I really think it could. She seems to have a very large, massive influence over a lot of people. So, who knows? Who knows? All right, Tracy says that'll bring foot traffic into JOANN. Yeah, JOANN, I don't know if they have the money, but somebody should hire Taylor to do like an ad there. Or maybe Michaels will do it. I don't know. Okay, this is a good question. Could Taylor's interest in sewing have to do with the NFL wife who you showed a few weeks ago, who was restyling some official NFL gear into more feminine styles? It could. She does seem to have a friendly relationship with Kristen Juszczyk, who is really big into sewing. So, I mean, maybe she has some friends. Maybe I feel like Taylor Swift could single-handedly make sewing very trendy again. All right, read machines with different colors. Here's a business idea. Someone designed machine tattoos, designs to stick on machines. I would buy removable decals. That's a great idea, Debbie, because I see a lot of people putting stickers on their sewing machines. And while I like the idea, I don't like to do permanent things to my stuff. Like, I don't put stickers on a lot of stuff, but if it was easily removable, I would be more interested in doing it if it was easy to take off. Taylor Swift was a knitter when she started. I did not know that. That is very interesting. Huh. All right, the last time I was in JOANN in Everett, Washington, I was treated rudely by all but one person, and there weren't but several customers in the store. Ooh, well, that's not good. Is she really sewing crafting, or is it a lifestyle photo shoot? I mean, who knows? She's a celebrity. Like, I have no idea. But Taylor does seem to be into, like, that kind of stuff. I've heard some stories that she likes baking a lot. So she does seem to be into those types of activities. So I would not be surprised. Yeah. All right. I don't know if I'm back, but we just had like a quick like power surge here. So I'm not even sure if I'm still... I think we're still live. Sorry, guys. So we had like the power went out briefly. All right. Is everyone else still here? Who's still here? Okay. So everything turned off and I had to restart everything briefly. Okay. Well, that was fun. All right. That was not you. That was on my end. The power went out briefly, which was very strange, but we are back. All right, hopefully we're still on the same stream and everything. That was very weird. All right, I'm gonna have to like kind of get things rebooted up here. Man, that was very weird. I know, right? Although, you know what the funny thing is? This has happened before, and I assumed that the stream had ended. So the power went out and then it came back on. This was like years ago. And it turned out like we were still live the entire time. I don't even know how. Because I would have guessed that you can't be live if there's a power outage, but we were. And yeah, like the stream didn't stop, which was really weird. So we were like, that's bizarre. All right, let me get everything back and running here. I'm trying to get rid of some of our tabs here. All right, well, thanks for not leaving. Oh my gosh, that was really strange. I think we were reading comments. But yes, Lisa and Debbie, I would love to have I think that's a great business idea. Removable, like easily removable decals for sewing machines. I would purchase them. Because, yeah, what happened? Okay, yeah, look, we had like a quick power surge, so I don't know what's going on here. I don't even know what. My husband's came out and he was like, what's going on? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know here. Yes, we are back. We are back. All right. May have lost a few viewers. They're probably like, I'm peacing out here. That's fine. All right. Nothing like what you see with Michael's. Okay. That's funny. All right. So we are still here. I gotta reshare my screen here and everything. All right, I've got something really fun to talk about that I actually really am excited about. I'm pretty psyched. All right, let me get this up here. Well, that was exciting, right? Okay. All right, share screen. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, so this does have to do with sewing. I swear, it has to do with sewing, but sewing for dogs. So I don't know if y'all are familiar with a rescue dog named Miss Peaches, but if you're not, I'm going to introduce you to Miss Peaches because she is a very special lady. So let's take a look at Miss Peaches because this is just super cool. I'm really excited about this. All right, let's bring up Miss Peaches. So Miss Peaches is a rescue dog, and her new dad is also famous. It's Dave Portnoy, the founder of Barstool Sports. So Miss Peaches, he adopted her from this rescue I think it's called like Lifeline Animal Project in Atlanta. Dave is very wealthy, and he has a private plane, or he flies private. So he actually went to Atlanta to get Miss Peaches, and Miss Peaches has been living the high life ever since she met Dave Portnoy. So she's super cute. Like, guys, this dog, I am living for Miss Peaches updates on Instagram. She's also on TikTok, and I think she gets posted on like Dave's YouTube or something. She got 1 million followers on Instagram in like a couple weeks. Like, it's been pretty crazy. So she's a rescue pit bull. And before she came to live with Dave, unfortunately, Miss Peaches had a pretty sad backstory. She was in some sort of like hoarding breeding situation, and she was rescued along with a bunch of other dogs. And Miss Peaches had been used for breeding purposes, and she did not have a very good life. All right, but look at Miss Peaches now. So Miss Peaches this weekend went to the Lifeline Animal Gala. All right, so I gotta show you guys this because you're gonna love this. All right, so let's check this out here. All right, and I do want to, so I can have the audio on this because it doesn't have music on it.
So we have a big gala in Atlanta, Lifeline Animal Shelter. Of course, that's the people who rescued Miss Peaches. She's gonna make guest of honor. So we got a custom gown made for her, and it is something. It is from Fur Rescue Fashions. You can buy your own stuff. They donate 30% back to rescues, but we gotta try the gown on Miss Peaches. It has the whole like train.
Is this not like the cutest thing you've ever seen? Also, I do want to point out, Dave Portnoy has changed since he's gotten Miss Peaches. I think this is probably the healthiest relationship he's ever had. He does not have kids, and I think he's like divorced. He's, a bit more of a ladies' man here, but he now belongs to Miss Peaches, and I don't think he'll ever be the same again. This is like the couple we didn't know we needed.
For an absolute queen. Okay, Peaches. Let's see if it fits. Good girl.
I'm dying. Like, I'm just dying. Every time I've watched this like a bazillion times already.
The paw goes here, Peachy. Come on, Miss Peaches.
Oh.
Yup. Oh, this bow is to die for. Okay.
Also, I love the way he talks to her. Like, he has this like baby voice that he uses for Miss Peaches, and I'm just here for it. I am here for Dave and Miss Peaches.
Give me your paw here. Nope. It's okay. Yeah.
And look at the comments. Like, everyone loves this stuff. Miss Peaches.
Oh, Miss Peaches, you look like a movie star. Oh, and now I don't even.
Yes, there's a detachable train on this dog dress.
This is just for the grand entrance. This is just, it hooks. Come here, Miss Peaches. Come on. Oh, come here. Oh,
this has like real like dad-daughter vibes right here. Like he's acting like it's his daughter and she's going to like her first dance recital or something. This is super cute.
Peaches. They're gonna go. Ooh. Ah. There she is. Look at this. I'm walking. Come here.
What do we think about the gown? I think the gown is amazing. I'm loving every second of this.
Miss Peaches. Come here. Oh, Miss Peaches. You look amazing. You look so amazing. They're all gonna just gasp at the gala. They're gonna gasp. What an angel.
Oh.
All right, so we have a...
All right, so that was a few days ago, but since then, I mean, yeah, look at
Papa,
this is the cutest dog ever. All right, so the gala was last night. All right, so this is them at the hotel in Atlanta. And they're on their way they're going to the ball. I love how Dave's date is a dog. Look how, oh my gosh, this Dave looks like a professional handler in the show ring. Peaches going to the Met Gala tonight. He kind of does look like he's at a dog show, you know. Hit her. Oh my god. She's like galloping down the hallway here.
Peaches, her tail's going. Alright, so you go first.
Okay. So this is them at the I'm here, like, I check Instagram just for updates on this dog. I'm at this point. Like, this is my life now. Okay, oh, I gotta turn the music off. Okay. So this is them at the gala. I love how he holds her, and she's just so chill. Like, she just doesn't care. She's like, this is cool. Okay. And then this, I can keep the audio on for part of this. All right, so they made like a little Instagram reel of their gala experience. And the comments, man, it's like, Dave Portnoy getting a dog and making her his entire personality is the most relatable thing he's ever shown. This is so cool. All right, let's watch this. I gotta turn the audio off a little bit in because they start playing music, but I can play some of it. All right, here's them leave. Here's them getting. Isn't this cute? I'm crying, guys. I'm crying. And look how many people are like, want to meet the dog.
Sir, mama. You look good, baby.
Yes, you look like it.
You look good too, Pop. We got you.
Okay, now I gotta turn the... Now they start playing the song Isn't She Lovely by Stevie Wonder. Isn't she cute? She really is lovely. She looks awesome. And we're gonna talk about the dress. Because I want to talk about the dress and about the organization. Here's the thing, with all of like the bad stuff that's happening, I feel like this is like a bright spot of the internet that's not depressing. Oh, I love this. Miss Peaches is adorable. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at her face. And look at everyone that wants to get selfies with the dog. They're like, okay, oh. She really likes being held. She's pretty, like, chill. Oh my god, this is so freaking cute. So cute. And look at her. They gave her her own special seat at the gala. So cute. She's like the special guest of the night, too. Oh. Okay, it looks like she took off the dress. All right, the dress is gone. The dress is gone. Oh my gosh, this is the cutest. Okay, and here's them flying home. She's got like a Peaches blanket. She has like a Gucci raincoat. It's really adorable. Oh my gosh. So that is Miss Peaches gala experience. Yes. Okay, so I was like really curious about the custom-made dog ball gowns, so I wanted to look them up. And I did find, all right, y'all are gonna die you're gonna die when you see this. This is, by the way, this is linked in the description box if you want to check out the website. I think this is a great example of a handmade business. So this is called Fur Rescue Fashions, and it's furrescuefashions.com. Look at this. They're all these custom made to order dog swag. We donate 30% to rescues. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. So it says, rooted and giving back to our communities, we are committed to helping dogs in need while educating the public on the wonders of adoption and rescue. We advocate for those who need it most. A large percentage of our monthly profits are donated to a different rescue organization every month. I mean, look at the photos I was dying over. Oh my gosh, look at this. All right, so you can shop. So they have a lot of different things you can buy. They've got like robes, they've got gowns, they've got all kinds of stuff. But here is the made to order. Let's see, where's the ball gowns here? They have a spring collection. Wow. Okay, this is their spring collection. And honestly, I feel like their prices are pretty reasonable too for like what it is. These are so freaking cute. The 2024 spring and Easter collection. All right, let me see the and they have the Miss Peaches dress. Oh wait. All right. That went to nowhere. Okay, what's going on here? All right, here is weddings, special events. Okay, and made to order swag. Okay, so the Miss Peaches dress is a little more expensive because it was a little bit more elaborate. So all right, if you want the Miss Peaches dress with the attachable train, it's $500, which again, I actually think is pretty reasonable considering, like, look at all that's involved with this. Isn't this adorable? And I believe you can also probably contact them if you want to get like one custom made. I'm sure they could do that. Isn't this cute though? And I love how they've got a photo of Dave and Miss Peaches as like the product photo. And you can also get it without the attachable train for $300. I think this is super good. I love the bow. I love like how it's like got like the flowers on it. I just think it's super cute. I'm just like, I'm loving this whole, like, I love everything about this whole story. But yeah, you can get made to order stuff. Like, oh my gosh, they got tutu dress. I mean, the prices for most of them are like, honestly, like, I think they could probably charge more. They've got a sparkle and shine dog tutu dress for $45. I mean, that's actually very reasonable. Especially if it's like, okay, and this one's not made, this one's like more of like a standard size. But again, you can get them to make custom stuff, and they made custom stuff for Miss Peaches. I just think this is amazing. And it's also a really good business idea if you are looking to get into more like custom sewing businesses. I think there's a market for a lot of different types of custom stuff. And this is something that's very creative. I just like the whole business model. I'll also share, this is the website for the gala. It's called the Good Human Gala for Atlanta's Lifeline Animal Project. I wonder if it's sold out. This was clearly a very popular event because Miss Peaches was going to be there. All right. I wonder if they've got photo. Okay. Well, oh my gosh. Vern Yip from HGTV is one of the co-hosts. That's pretty. I remember his show back in the day. I forgot what the show was called, but I remember watching him. Oh, sold out. That's so awesome. I hope they raised a ton of money. I just think this is super cool. And I am so glad that Dave and Miss Peaches were able to attend. Okay, if you want to get a sponsorships, those are okay. An individual ticket, that's not bad. Only $250. It's not bad for a gallon. You get dinner and everything. I wonder let's see if they posted anything on their Instagram. I'm curious. Let's see here. I feel like they probably did on, let's see if they got it on their Instagram stories maybe. Let's see here. Oh, yes. Yes. All right. All right, let's share some of the Instagram stuff. All right, let's see if they got Miss Peaches in here. I'm sure he was at like the head table or whatever. Okay, here's some stuff. Okay, there's Vern Yip. Oh my, I haven't seen him in so long. I don't know who the other guy is, but Vern Yip I totally remember from a show on HGTV. Okay, where's Miss Peaches? All right, yeah, if you want to check out their I'm sure they're probably putting together like a video or something, but I just thought this was super cool. Oh my gosh, look at all this stuff. All right, let's look for Miss Peaches here. Man, Vern Yip looks so different. I mean, it's been like probably 20 years since I remember watching the show. That's super cool though. Let's see here. Are we to get... Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Dave, the world has been watching you become Miss Peaches' papa and a rescue philanthropist and advocate. Miss Peaches trying on this very gown for tonight's gala. Every adorable moment seems to go viral. Your simple act of adopting a homeless pup from the Lifeline Animal Project has had a butterfly effect, and I believe is touching a new demographic and creating real change. We are so grateful for the nearly $600,000 that you and Miss Peaches have already raised for Lifeline. On behalf of everybody here tonight, thank you. Do you mind telling us a little bit about your journey with the beautiful Miss Peaches?
So I was looking for a dog, and I got a tip. The most special, wonderful, sweetest dog, basically in the world, was at Lifeline. So she made her way to Jet Lag Rescue. I saw a video of her, and I took my plane and I picked her up the next day. Made a video of it just because I wanted memory myself of meeting her. And whatever it is about Miss Peaches, she kind of captivated the world. So, look at her. I mean, look at this girl. How do you not love this girl? So she's touched a nerve with basically everybody. It wasn't planned, super organic, but she has definitely, including myself, brought attention to, you know, adopting, not shopping, and people are throwing money at her and the cause. And more importantly, I think we've had a lot of people, we've been at events, people coming up saying they're walking into shelters saying, can I get Miss Peaches?
Our lifesaver on our knee, Jennifer Rose.
So that is the story of Miss Peaches and her gala ball gown. I just thought that was super cool. I had to talk about it. I was like, I'm going to find a way to work this into the show. I love follow Miss Peaches, guys. Miss Peaches, famous Miss Peaches on Instagram, and I believe she has I think she has a TikTok now, but it's super cute. It's such a cool dress, and I thought that was a really good example of how someone can develop a handmade business focusing on a very specific thing. Custom ball gowns for dogs, you might be like, well, that's a silly idea, but I think there's a market for that kind of thing if you can find the right customer for that, for your sewing. So I just thought that was super cute. Let's check out some of the comments here. All right. That is so cute. From Sad to Fab. I know. I just love. And you could see in the earlier posts with Miss Peaches, she was like very scared. She was anxious. She has some chewing. She does have some chewing issues, but I'm sure they're working on it. But she's definitely become a lot more comfortable in, you know, because it seems like she probably had some trauma from her past. I know, wow. Oh, I love this. I'm not sure the dog is excited about the gown as the dog dad. I think that's an accurate assessment, Rachel. I know, it's so cute. It is for real, Lisa. Like, all of that is for real. And it's also interesting because a bunch of people sent Dave like gifts for Miss Peaches. So he did like an unboxing live stream on Instagram, and he got some embroidered custom sheets with like Dave and Miss Peaches. So he was also kind of highlighting like embroidery and stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool. Yes, I love this story too, Debbie. It is so sweet. It's worth the YouTube violation if it's for a Madonna song. I know. Every time I am genuinely excited to see a new post from famous Miss Peaches. I just love it. Also, he's raised like a ton of money for animal rescues, like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Oh, let me find this out. They're now selling Miss Peaches merch, and all of the proceeds go to animal rescues. Let me see if I can find the website. And the stuff is pretty cute. Like, it's, you know, it's like stuff that I think people would actually wear. And some of them do have like embroidery, and some of them are like screen printed. Let's see here. But yeah, so there is Miss Peaches merch you can get. All right, so yes, they've got like t-shirts, they got hats with embroidery. I think that's super cute. They have Adopt, Don't Shop hoodies. They've got t-shirts. I think the hats are actually super cute. actually, in the hoodies, I love the color. I think the designs are really cute. So these are available at store.barstoolsports.com. And all of the proceeds, oh, this is cute. All of the proceeds go to various animal rescue organizations. So it says all net proceeds will be donated to dog rescue organizations. And he picks like different ones and he tries to find, but he has donated like, he's donated like a ton of money to animal rescues, and it's all because of Miss Peaches. So it's super cool. Love this. It fits the category of this is the kind of story we need right now. Absolutely right. Yeah. I love that his tie matches Miss Peach's dress. And sometimes he calls her like, it's funny, sometimes he calls her Mrs. Peaches or sometimes he says Ms. Peaches. So he'll go from like Miss Peaches to Mrs. Peaches to Ms. Peaches. So I don't know. I just think it's cool. Kay says, I too liked seeing that she has an entry-level sewing machine. Yeah, talking about Taylor Swift, right? Yes. I agree. Yeah, Joann's needs to get out on this somehow. They need to get like a Miss Peaches collab. I don't know, something like that. Was he on Trading Spaces? Vern, yep. I forgot which show he was on. I feel like he had his own show that was called something. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, he was on Trading Spaces, but I feel like he was on another show. Oh, it was called Deserving. Okay. It was called Deserving Design. All right, let's look him up here. Because I remember the Deserving Design show. I didn't really watch Trading Spaces too much. But I did watch Deserving Design. Yeah. Vern Yip. All right, he's a fellow Asian. Okay, based in Atlanta. So he was periodically on Trading Spaces, but and he was on HGTV Design Star. I remember him from that. But he hosted 4 seasons of HGTV shows Deserving Design. So I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, I actually thought he was a really good designer. I always liked his makeovers. I thought he was, I don't know, I just liked his taste. I liked his style. You know, I was feeling it. So I thought that was pretty cool that Vern Yip was like the co-host of that gala. All right, Vanessa's here. Hello, I'm glad I was able to catch you live. Thank you, Vanessa. I hope Joann's can stay in business. Yes. All right, let's see. All right, so the poll now is, okay, it's very close now. All right, I'll go ahead and end the poll. All right, so will JOANN recover from bankruptcy? 49% of you said yes, and 51% said no. So that was a lot. I'm glad I let the voting go on a while because that ended up being a lot closer than it was initially. All right, Miss Peaches might give your K-dramas a run for their money. You know what? The good thing about this is that the content is like kind of short, so it doesn't take, like watching a Miss Peaches Instagram reel doesn't take too long, so it's not too distracting. But I love Miss Peaches. I love following her, and she's so cute. She's just so adorable. The other thing about her that you might notice too is that, like, sadly, somebody like cut off her ears when she was a puppy, I think. But like they did it like horror. Like it looks like, again, she's super cute, but like it almost looks like barbaric. Like it's really awful. So I'm really glad that her new owner is Dave Portnoy and not the people that had her, because they didn't seem to be taking care of Miss Peaches very well. Let's just go with that. But it's really sad, and I know there's like a ton of other Miss Peaches out there. All right, I got here late. What do you think is going to happen with JOANN's? Well, we kind of went over this, but basically JOANN is going to have their bankruptcy completed within a few days. They're getting half of their debt wiped out. They have about 200 creditors. And one of the executives, Joe Thibault, appears to be out because he's no longer on the management website. So who knows? But they're basically not going to pay back. They had about $1.1 billion in debt, and they're not going to pay about half of that back. So I guess fun times for their creditors, not so much for the people they owe money to. All right. Now, it is time again Yes, it's that time again for another. All right, and I have to say, I have to admit that I'm still on the same show as last week. And I've been able to get through like another episode and a half. So it's very slow going. But currently, I am watching a show on an Asian streaming site called Viki, and it's called Wedding Impossible. I think last week I was on episode 4. Now I'm on episode 6. It's starting to get into what I thought it was going to be initially. But I still find the show kind of hard to like watch. So the show, and again, this is something I do most weeks. I'm a big K-drama fan, Korean dramas, and I just for fun, we go over which show I'm watching. I'm also, kind of, my ulterior motive is also to introduce more people to K-dramas, because they're awesome. And this one's called Wedding Impossible. It just finished airing, and it says, in the fun, hijinks-filled romantic comedy Wedding Impossible, struggling actress Na Jeong agrees to a contract marriage with her lifelong friend Lee Do-won. In exchange for payment, she helps keep her friend's biggest secret from his overbearing family. The only hitch, Do-won's younger brother Lee Ji-yeon refuses to accept her as his brother's fiancée and challenges her at every turn. With Ji-yeon determined to sabotage their marriage from the beginning, how long will it take for the truth to be revealed? So, I kind of explained this last week, but basically, this guy, Ah Jeong and Do-won have been friends for 15 years. Do-won is gay. So, there aren't a lot of gay characters in K-dramas, but they're kind of starting to incorporate more. But Do-won is not the male lead. So the male lead is actually his brother, Ji-yeon. Now, Ji-yeon does not know his brother is gay. Ji-yeon is very in the dark about a lot of things. Do-won is going to become the successor to his family's, like, conglomerate, like, corporation thing. And I'm a little bit confused about the storyline. I'm fine. I'm not sure about this show. I would give it probably like at this point, I would give it like a 6 out of 10. I don't know. I feel like the storytelling is very disjointed and not very cohesive. I don't know. I think the writing is not my favorite. Now, Ah Jeong knows Do-won is gay, so that's the secret she's keeping. But somehow, even though they've been friends for 15 years, she doesn't know anything about his family, and she does not know about the family business, which seems odd to me, but, whatever. And Ji-yeon wants his brother to marry this female CEO instead because he thinks that's going to, like, help him be in charge of the company or something. I don't know. The female CEO has a crush on Ji-yeon, though. So she actually doesn't like Do-won, and Do-won does not like women, so neither of the ladies have a shot with him. So this fake marriage thing is going to be kind of strange. And the thing about this is that the writers have not given us a reason for, like, a good reason for them to be having a fake marriage. So, like, I'm not convinced. And for some reason, Ji-yeon has decided that his plan is to steal the Steal Your Girl plan, and he's going to steal away Ah Jeong from his brother, not realizing that his brother is gay. And it doesn't make any sense. So I'm on episode 6, and I thought this was going to be like a wacky rom-com where they're like planning a wedding and doing all like the typical wedding stuff, like engagement parties and stuff. But that's not really what's happening. I'm on episode 6, and they're now like doing like a family like meeting engagement party type thing. And this is the first like type of thing we've gotten so far, and I'm about halfway through. So I'm not sure about this show. I'm going to try to keep watching it, but this is not like the easiest show to watch, and I just find it, I don't know, it's not my favorite. And I'm still confused as to why 36,000 people rated it an average of 9.0 on the rating scale, because I just would not give this show a 9 so far. So there are much better, I've just seen way better much better writing in K-dramas. And sometimes K-dramas suffer from having the writing drop off, but at least it's in the second half. This one, like, even from episode 1, I was like, I don't even know what's going on. It's one of these shows that's kind of hard to follow. And I'm just like I don't know. I'm not really feeling this one. So that's Wedding Impossible, and that is a K-drama corner. If you guys have any questions or this is sort of a last call, got anything you would like to say, but we've gone over JOANN's, we've gone over Taylor Swift sewing, we have gone over Dave Portnoy and Famous Miss Peaches, and we have gone over K-drama corner. Anyways, that has been another live stream of Sewing Report Live. We also had a quick power outage, so that was fun for everyone. But if you have any comments or questions and you're watching on the replay, leave them down there. I will also leave links to everything we've covered tonight in the description box if you would like to read for yourself. But we've had a lot of fun tonight. Good night, Tracy. But yeah, this has been awesome. We've had a lot of fun. And if you have if you have any topics or any news stories you would like to see covered on a future show, future stream, you can also leave those as well. I would, hey, we're always looking for new stuff to talk about here. And also, if you would like to find ways to support the independent media, the independent show we're doing here, you can also, one way you can do that is you can hit up the Sewing Report Etsy shop and you can purchase fabric and sewing supplies there. That is one way. You can also, of course, do super stickers, super chats, super thanks. And you can also, on the way out, it would be greatly appreciated. You could also hit the like button and subscribe to Sewing Report Live. Those are all things you can do to support the channel here. But yes, we've had a lot of fun. Let's turn the music back on. Yes, we're going to get some music. And we're going to rock out. I just went to JOANN's today. Items not being restocked. Oh boy. Oh boy. Thanks for the updates and good vibes. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Debbie. It's almost 8 o'clock. And I did have some pizza earlier today, so I'm not totally starving. But I hope everyone has a great week ahead. I'll see you guys again here next Sunday. Same time, same place, 6 p.m. Eastern time, where we will be going over what is going on in the world of sewing. We'll have some fun, and we will also talk about what is going on. Anyways, I am Jen with Sewing Report Live and the Sewing Report. You can also head over to the Sewing Report main channel for sewing and embroidery videos, also some craft videos. So lots of stuff going on, but I hope everyone has a great week ahead. It is Sunday night. I gotta take the garbage out later tonight too, so lots of fun. Oh, the homemade pizza was excellent. Thank you, Denise. Thank you. I'll see you guys again next week, and I'm Jen for Sewing Report Live, and hope everyone has a good one. And remember, whatever you're doing, make it fun.